It's a rush. It's a rush on the delivery, a rush. It's a rush on the delivery, a rush. It's a rush on the delivery, a rush.
What's good, world? This is Ro Graves.
And it's Lady Andrell on the mic delivering the truth.
And it's Andrell and Ro, your ordinary doing extraordinary, and you're tuned in to the Rush Delivery Truth right when you need it. What's good, world? You still rocking with Ro Graves. We're out at Easton. I'm with Lady Andrell. She ain't on the mic, but she's still spitting the truth. And pretty much we're just interviewing people on being single. The stigma attached to it. Are they single? Are they looking for somebody? Are they single by choice? So we're getting a lot of different responses. And if you want to see how people responded, tune in to the Rush Delivery. Share how you just recently got in a relationship,
right,
but have been single for 6 years, and how it's more difficult because people think they can just hang out.
They feel like they're young for such a short amount of time. They think that they could just find somebody else later on in life. They just want to have fun for the time being.
Okay. And what's your name, man?
Craig.
Craig. Okay. Ramel.
Nice to meet you.
I am Andrell.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Did you get any of that?
I did.
Okay. You're good. But yeah, it's like really hard. It's difficult because I have a lot of friends that are always trying to find someone, and there's nothing really wrong with them. They have a good job, they make good money, you know, they're never spent any time in jail or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just people are so picky nowadays, and it's so like they look for that perfect person, and it's so hard to find there's no such thing as a perfect person.
Right.
So I don't know. There's just it's really stressful because I mean I was always going out with my friends and like even just trying to make conversation with females at the bar.
Yeah.
And not even trying to hit on them or anything.
Yeah.
They were just, you know, hey, how's your night going? Well, that's me being a creeper. That's me trying to hit on them. Seriously, I got that all the time.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's tough. I don't know how people do it, but I got lucky. I tried online dating.
Okay.
So, and I mean, she spent like 8 years in the Army, so she's like real mature. And I don't know. I just lucked out, I guess. Sometimes you just gotta be patient.
Yeah. Do you feel like there's a stigma, a stigma attached with being single compared to being married?
Everybody wants to put a label on things, you know? They just, either you want to be single for a long period of time and wait until you're like through with college and stuff and then get engaged and married, or you want to have kids and get married and do all that stuff early 20s, so you could be the young, cool, hip parent.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I think there's, you know, everybody does it their own way.
Right.
So I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason to how you should do it, but I do think people rush too quickly into relationships.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just because they've been single for so long and they're so desperate to have that label, to be able to put it on Facebook, to be able to post stuff on Instagram. Social media is like totally, I think, putting a lot of tarnish on the relationship label.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of just, like, I don't know, high school, I went out with a lot of people.
Right.
You know, and after a while I would get a girlfriend, but there was never really like, oh, I have to be in a relationship now.
Like that pressure that social media adds to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I hadn't thought about the fact that social media adds to the pressure.
Yeah, because I know that, I mean, my sister just got engaged within the past year, so I was dealing with like her always hanging out with her man, and then my best friend, he had a girlfriend for like 3 years. They just broke up a few months ago, so I was like always surrounded by people in relationships.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if they were all going out and doing their old couple thing, you know, I would go out and just go to work. I would just pick up extra hours at work, but I don't know. It's really stressful. It's harder than what it appears to be, because not to mention the fact I work in 2 hospitals, so I see a lot of like psychological things. Like people get depressed.
Yeah.
People are very alone. Like maybe they didn't have a good upbringing by their parents.
Right.
So they're actually looking for a relationship to kind of like have that companion.
Yeah.
Have somebody be there for them. So it's really tough. Trust me, I did about 5 or 6 years of single and trying to figure out, you know, who I should date or what kind of person. I think I found it finally, but
that's awesome.
We'll see.
I got one last question for you. You know, you mentioned 5, 6 years. Like, what do you think kept you able to wait that long and not just settling for anything that came by your?
It's a matter of like sitting back and watching other people make their mistakes. There was a lot of times where I'd be like real down on myself, like, well, what the hell's wrong with me? You know, I've got a good job. I work in a hospital. I make good money. I pay my bills. I don't have any children. I was never married. So I don't know. I would just work a lot more. I would focus on priorities like my bills and getting out of credit card debt. I just hang out with friends and family, like the ones that weren't in really. I would still hang out with my buddy and his girlfriend and stuff, but you know, them cuddling on the couch where I'm the only one sitting there by myself. You want to talk about, you know, and you talk to your other single friends like, man, this really sucks. I'm sitting here, we're watching a movie, and they're all cuddled up, and I'm just sitting here drinking a beer. You're like, that's just, after a while, it really weighs on you, but sometimes you have to have like the strength to keep moving forward and just know that you'll find somebody eventually. Because there actually is someone out there for everyone. It's just a matter of being patient. It takes time. There's no hurry. There's no rush. So, yeah.
Well, Craig, man, we appreciate, man. We appreciate you a lot.
I'm Craig, and you're watching The Rush Delivery.
So what is your view on being single?
Lonely.
Your view is being lonely?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you develop that view?
I don't know.
So clearly you're not single by choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm single for a reason.
You're single for a reason? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Do you feel like there's a stigma attached with being single? Like a negative perception of people who are single versus people who are married? Or like in a relationship?
I don't think it's I think when you're young, it's not negative.
Yeah.
You know, because you're still trying to live your life.
Right.
But when you're older and you're like 30 and you're like, oh, I'm single, then maybe you would think it was like kind of negative, like, oh, what happened?
Right.
Wow. Right.
Right. Okay.
Do you find it hard dating in 2014?
I do. I'm 20, so for my age, it's really hard because the guys are all about themselves, so it's kind of hard for them to put someone else in their life. It's still all about them. But when you're older, I don't think it's as hard.
Okay. Because the guys are more mature.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Let me ask you this. What role for you does religion or spirituality or whatever label you want to use play into your relationship?
I have a relationship with God, so if you don't have that relationship, then we can't have a relationship.
Wow.
So we have to have that common denominator.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
You're watching The Rush Delivery.
David, do you feel like there's well, first let me start. Are you single or are you married? Okay. Do you feel like there's a negative stigma attached with being single compared to being married?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay. Why is that?
Like my thing is that if you're at a certain age and you're single, that means you probably will never have a mate or have a wife. But if you believe in God, and you have faith that your wife will come,
right,
then it will come no matter how old you are.
Okay. So what role for you does spirituality or religion play in trying to find somebody like a wife or a spouse?
Seeking God, doing what God tells you to do, and He will open those doors for you.
Okay.
You know, all you gotta do is be obedient.
Cool.
That's what I'm doing right now.
That's what's up, man.
So you're in your waiting period right now?
Yes, I am.
And you're looking for your wife?
Yes.
That's
I'm
good.
not looking for my wife. God is looking for my wife.
God is looking. He's going to show you your wife.
That's right. He will show me my wife.
That's what he did with Adam, right? Put him to sleep.
That's right. Blind faith. I have blind faith.
That's good.
All right, cool. You got any questions, Andrell?
As a single man, do you have a specific type of woman as a physical character, or do you have?
No, I don't really have a preference. I like a meat and potatoes woman, but if she has if she's God fearing, God-like, and has a good personality, I can settle for that. It don't matter. The looks don't matter to me anymore.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay.
Cool. Delivery.
You're watching The Rush Delivery.
What's your name again?
Camilla.
Camilla. Okay.
Nice.
So Camilla, are you single or are you in a relationship?
I am single.
Okay. Are you single by choice, or are you like currently looking to be in a relationship?
Well, I just recently broke up with my boyfriend, so
Okay.
yeah, I'm not really looking for any relationship right now, just because I'm in school, so
Cool.
I'm trying to focus on that.
Good deal. Good deal. Do you feel that there's a negative stigma attached with being single compared to being in a relationship or being married?
I feel like around my age group, I feel like every person feels like they need to be in a relationship, that they need somebody there to be with them. So I'm thinking that a lot of people my age feel it's a negative thing to not be in a relationship, to not be, to be single.
Yeah.
Which I believe isn't. I don't think it's a negative thing. I think if if you're happy being by yourself, and it's up to you. It's you're whatever, be happy. You don't need somebody else to be happy. And I mean, there's some people who need it, and some people who just don't.
Okay.
What type of issues have you had in dating in 2014?
Well, with my past boyfriend, it was just like, I don't know, I wanted space to focus on school, and I was just kind of busy and everything, and I guess he just wasn't ready for that.
Right.
Ready to be broken up, to be away and everything, and I think it was harder on him because I moved up here, so it was, he didn't get to see me every day like he wanted to.
Right.
So it kind of put a strain on our relationship just like that, and I just wanted to focus on school, so I told him, he didn't take it very well. So.
Okay, so what type of advice would you give a single person living out in 2014?
I would say, I don't know what kind of advice, just dating in general, or just like being single, like
Both.
well, dating, just don't settle. Don't just because it's the only person you found or something. Don't settle for them. They'll come. The right person will come to you. And for being single, just do your thing. Don't be upset if you can't find somebody. If your friends are all in a relationship, doesn't mean you have to be in a relationship. That's all I really have to say about that.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. Cool.
You're watching the Rush Delivery.
So I feel like people are entitled to more, but they settle for less in relationships.
Okay, so are you single?
Yes.
Are you single by choice? Or are you looking?
I'm not looking, but if it happens, it happens.
Okay.
You're gonna let it just happen to you, if it's
Happen naturally.
It's got to be the right situation.
Right.
I feel like people try too hard to be in a relationship.
That's good.
Okay.
That's very
deal.
good.
All right.
Thank you.
You're watching Rush Delivery.
Check it out, check.